So you want to understand the language of money so you can make a lot of profit.
I didn't apply to this job just to be miserable. I applied to this job so I can talk to people, so I can be in that finance environment, so I can do things that are outside of my comfort zone because I know that's where I'm going to grow most. You know, I really came to college doubting myself, thinking like, is this really for me? Am I really investing all this time and money for nothing? And like, I tell you, when I got that call, that made my whole year.
Like, what do you think that key thing is to get an internship, to secure an internship? Welcome back to the first one up. I am your host, Bosco Shima. It is a pleasure to have you guys here again. And today I have one of my friends here, and he's a friend that we came here in the beginning, freshman year together. This has been a journey. He's grown, and I am really liking the person he's becoming, and I want to bring him on here so he can teach you guys some things he's learned so far in his journey. Welcome, Rubell.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know where to look.
No, don't worry. Rubell, welcome to the show. You can introduce yourself, people, who you are. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rubell Cornelio. I'm currently a freshman at Bentley University pursuing corporate finance and accounting.
No, that's amazing. But Rubell, listen, let's just jump right to it. Like, how have you been? How was college? We're in finals. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel exhausted, to be honest, but I'm also blessed, right? Like, I think what God has put on me has been things that I can handle, and I think that these are things that are going to help me grow. Not even like academically, but also within myself, knowing that I can really push and be able to, put myself to those limits.
Yeah, I mean, it's like finals really bring, like I feel like finals show the person you really are. Like,
it brings the best out of you.
Yeah. But some can do negative. I think when I get stressed, sometimes I can take out my frustration on people. I can be a little rude, or like not even like saying like I'm rude, but it's like
passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive, right? And I really don't like that. But being in finals, stressed about tests, exams, it can be really like frustrating.
Yeah, I think also like you saying that, like I think it's also great to communicate with your peers and also like people around you being like, hey, like I'm stressed, like give me my space. That's something I also learned as well because people really don't know what you're going through, right? And it's really hard to read people. So I think if you give them the heads up ahead of time, they'll know like, okay, like Bosco has this going on, so like give him his space. Or like if he's acting like this, I know it's because of this, right? So communication is always key.
Right, I totally understand. So Rubell, who are you? For the people who don't know you, who are you? Where do you come from? How are you here at Bentley University? Tell us your background, your story.
Okay, which is funny you ask me. So I'm originally from Beverly, Massachusetts. It's part of the North Shore branch, 40 minutes from Boston. How I came into Bentley, I came off the wait list here. So honestly, I like to tell people I snuck in here because I really didn't think like I belonged, to be honest. But I mean, after this first year, I met so many great people here and so many people who have the same vision as me. And I feel like after a while, like I start to really get comfortable and blend in. So like, it's just beyond blessings. Like you don't understand how grateful I am to just even sit in this room right now because I don't think I would be here, like a year ago. I was stressing about what college I would be at, right? So,
Wow.
Like I don't take any days here for granted. I hope you know that because for real, it's like I wake up. I mean, sometimes with a smile on my face, sometimes not. But like I know at the end of the day, like this is a privilege. This is not something that it was just given to me. Like I worked really hard in high school, and thankfully enough, I've been put in the right positions in order for me to be here. So why would I waste this opportunity?
Wow, no. I think it's amazing. I can totally agree with you, bro. Like I think college is like people sometimes say college is scam, college is this, but when you're really in college, I don't like it either to a certain extent though.
But I understand. I understand where they're coming from because a lot of people go to college not knowing what they're doing, right? If you come to college without a plan, it's gonna be hard for you to get that high-paying job or find that certain passion that you want to be looking for, right? But I think like as ambitious people, right, you're gonna figure things out no matter what.
Of course, and I was gonna say like people in college, like we should be grateful. I think this is like these 4 years make or break you. These 4 years are filled with growth, opportunities, setbacks. They're filled with comebacks. You know what I'm saying? I think any day, any month, you as a student or as a person in college, you can pick like I'm back. I'm back to that mode. I'm back to trying to get my goals. I'm back to chasing that dream. I think when you make college as like a fun area for you, then you know where you end up. I think there's a good thing about balancing college fun and college work, and I think you're doing that. I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So, what you said you're majoring in finance?
Corporate finance and accounting.
Corporate finance. Got it. What made you interested in that?
So, I mean, me personally, I don't come from a finance background. I'm a first generation student on my father's side, and I'm a second generation student on my mother's side. My mother just graduated with a master's back in 2017 in social work. So I really want to get the best of both worlds when it comes to finance and accounting. Maybe I don't like accounting in the next couple of months and I switch over, but as of now, that's what I really want to focus on because, I mean, you can hear it online. People say accounting is like the language of money, right? So you got to understand that if you really want to generate a lot of profit.
So you want to understand the language of money so you can make a lot of profit.
Yeah, but also like doing something I love as well because money can't be like your only driving factor, right? You also got to find something that, you know, can help others as well and that you enjoy.
Got it.
So
did you always know growing up what you wanted to do in college or like in general? Like did you always?
I mean, when I was growing up, I told my mom I wanted to be like a fire truck driver or something. Like I was too scared to go in the houses and take the fires out, right? Like I had no idea what to do. I wanted to be a basketball player at one point. You know, things happen, of course. I wanted to be an astronaut. Like as a kid, you have so many, you know, like different.
Goals.
Yeah, you have so many different like passions that you think like will be easy to attain, and then you realize like, oh, I have to go to school for this, or I have to be in the gym putting up 100 hours of this and that, you know. But when I was in high school, I knew like I didn't want to do anything medical. I knew I wanted to be in a position where I can provide for my family. So I turned to finance.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Amen. And I think I've interviewed or I've talked to a lot of people, students on campus, and we all have this commonality of like, I want to provide for my family. What does that mean for you? I just want to like dig deeper and going more in depth about what it means to provide for one's family. So why do you strive to provide for your family?
I mean, that's the reason I'm here right now. Like, it keeps me going every single day. I think that, to be honest, that's my why on why I keep pushing in college because, like I told you before, it's really a privilege to be here. And I know that if I, you know, persevere and I fight through all the adversities and all the hard challenges and things like that, I mean, I will prevail eventually. And I will put not only myself, but my family in a position where they won't have to be worrying about certain things that they worry about now, you know? And they always looked at me as like a golden child because they always saw something in me, right? So who am I to just be here and, you know, like just slack off, right?
Right.
So
I think that's something that's overlooked in terms of like people like you and I who have the pressure of the whole family as seen as the golden child. Like you're the reason why we're not gonna have to work in 10, 20 years, you know?
which is also a great thing too, because I think especially my mother and my father, they give me so much confidence. Like I feel like I wouldn't be the person I am, how expressive I am. Like you see me around campus and things like that. Like I get that from them because they've always told me as a kid, like I'm always going to be something. And they told me never to let anybody ever doubt you or ever make you feel less of yourself. So that's been instilled in me like since I was really young, you know.
Right. What do you think is the importance of parental love and like parents showing affection to their kids' dreams and giving them words of affirmation? What do you think the importance is?
I mean, for me at least, like I think that's the backbone of like my adulthood now. When I was a teenager, you can mess around and, you know, be like just doing crazy things, you know, but I think when you turn into an adult, things get real, right? You know, you have responsibilities now that you never really thought of. You have people to take care of, things like that. I think like what you were speaking on parental love, right?
Parental love, yes.
Yeah, like that support is the backbone of why you do things every single day when you turn 18. So, I mean, I'm 19 right now. I'm turning 20 in November, so
Wow.
I know it's pretty fast.
Time is moving fast.
It's moving too fast. I can't lie. I don't want to be 20 already, but I feel old. But no, their love really put me in a position to like just like be confident in whatever I do. Like if you tell me to go jump off a mountain, I'll go do it with confidence, knowing that maybe I won't survive, but hey, at least I do it. You know what I mean? Like they really like put that battery in my back.
Wow, I love that.
To be whoever I desire to be, you know, and they'll love me no matter what, which is like, that's why like I do everything for them.
Hey, I love that. I think parents, I think me too, the backbone of what I'm trying to build is my mom and my dad. I think they sacrifice so much for me. Like I can't let them lose. I think the sight of them.
It's a survivor's guilt.
Yes, like the sight of them seeing me like down or like me not be able to pick myself up and help them as well. Like that's what keeps me up at night and like studying. If that finance exam, I'm gonna just study 10 times harder for them, for that image. I don't want that image in my head, right? Yeah. So I think you've you've done a great job. I think you got an internship. You got an internship. Congrats, man. I think you're a freshman, and with the internship lined up for the summer, I think in Bentley, like that's rare. I think.
Rare,
yeah, exactly.
But,
So like,
I mean,
walk me through that.
I try to remain humble as well. Like I don't like telling people. People like my friends close to me try to be like, oh, like da da da, you're this and that. But I'm like, no, I'm still Rubell that you met back in September, you know. But sorry, you want me to walk you through?
Yeah, walk me through the process of how you applied to the internship. How did you hear about it, and how did you maneuver your way into getting this internship and this position?
Yeah, so I think this all started back in May of last year, right? So there was a scholarship that a bank was giving out, which they were like sponsoring with my high school at the time, and I applied for it, and luckily I got the scholarship, so I got some money off here, which is great. And when I went to the bank to take the picture with them and the check, I really had a conversation with one of the people who funded the scholarship, and I learned a lot about, you know, like just even like finances, like the financial statements and things like that. Since I didn't even know yet, but I told him I was interested in finance, and he knows a lot of people from Bentley, and he was like, "Wow, that's amazing. Everything, just stay in touch with me." So I stayed in touch with him throughout the summer. We had coffee chats and things like that, which was great. And then he knew somebody at the Metro Credit Union, and he referred to me because he knew the CEO.
Wow.
So he referred to me as the CEO. I went on the phone with the CEO. I spoke with him, which is great. He's a great guy. And then I got the news from one of the HR managers that is in a branch near my house, and she sent me the application. She told me to apply. I applied, did the interview process, all that, and then luckily I got the call one morning saying like, "Hey, you got the position." I was like, "Wow, thank you so much," which was crazy too because I would have never expected it. You know, I really came to college doubting myself, thinking like, "Is this really for me? Am I really investing all this time and money for nothing?" And like, I tell you, when I got that call, that made my whole year. Like, that really made sure like what I'm doing is worth it. Is right, exactly, is right, and I should keep going. So
that literally just propelled you even.
Yeah, like it was like Rubell, like what you're doing is good, you know. Like here's your gift. Now you know you gotta work for more, you know.
My congrats. And we've talked, you know, off camera. That was through networking. Like you just
Strictly
kept in
networking,
touch.
yeah.
Talk to me about networking, the importance of networking, man.
I mean, at first I was scared because I was talking to random people. I felt like when I was, you know, a rising college freshman, I didn't know really who I was talking to, but I knew that, you know, I was talking to my mom, and she was like, "Rubell, keep doing it. You never know. You never know. You never know." And like we spoke on before, that parental support. My mom pushed me to keep talking to these people, keep networking, keep having these coffee chats, these uncomfortable conversations that I wouldn't like because it's like, "Mom, why am I talking to this random guy who works here at a bank?" You know. But I think through her, she really, you know, pushed me to be more outgoing and more expressive within myself. And I mean, yeah.
The rest is history.
The rest is history, yeah.
I think people out there who can network, what would you say to them? Like, what would you say, like, because you overcame the nerves of talking to a random guy at a bank. What do you think, what's that mindset shift? Like, what changed?
Don't be scared. Everyone's human, right? And everyone has been in the position that you've been in before. I've spoken with, you know, people who work at the branch already, and they've told me, like, they were in college and they haven't gone through, like, they haven't been in a position where I'm at, and, you know, they're very impressed on what I'm doing. So I think it also gives me a lot of reassurance as well. Like, I'm also doing something right. But also, like, when they were in college, they didn't know what they wanted to do, you know? And then I told them, like, my passions, and I told them what the things I really plan on doing in the future, and they were just really impressed. And, you know, they really just, like, it seemed like they were investing in me a lot. So, you know, when you're networking with people who are, like, higher, I guess, in terms of rank in your field, those people, I mean, usually, most of the time, will want to help you, right?
I mean, 10 times out, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, denial is always a thing. You know, I've sent out emails to a lot of people, and I haven't got a response, you know? Not today. Well, like, in terms of, like, the last couple of weeks, I've been sending out emails.
So you haven't stopped. Even though you got an internship, you still, like, trying to get more connections and trying to get out
just
there.
talk to more people. And it's not like, I'm not doing it in terms of transactional thing, but also just to, like, gain insights on what they do and whether I want to do that in the future, right? So when you're networking, don't think of it as something that's transactional. Think of it as, like, I'm growing a relationship with somebody because I know I can take things from them and then put it into my craft and twist it and do it my own way, right? So I think that's just my best piece of advice in terms of networking.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think here at Bentley, they do a great job.
Yeah,
They do a wonderful.
They push you to network.
To network. I think Bentley does a great job pushing you to network. But also, bro, we talk about this on this platform many times. Networking can change lives. I think you watched one of the episode with the president of MKM. Like, networking will do the craziest things in your life. In terms of like, have a conversation, see where this goes. Maybe you might not want to talk about golf, but you might want to talk about how he built a multi-billion-dollar company. You know, so I think it's really important. So, how are you getting prepared for this internship? It's at a bank. You never worked at a bank. How are you being prepared? How are you?
Just like, and I was telling I was emailing my HR manager, and he was telling me like the technicals and what I was expecting. I was just like making sure I just come in with an open mind, right? Like come in knowing I'm going to be learning stuff, and I will fail, and that's okay, because you know failure is what it's going to get you to succeed faster, right? So I think my mindset of it is just come in, be a sponge, take everything in, learn everything, right? Make connections with people there, right? Build relationships, and just have fun with it, right? This is not a job. I didn't apply to this job just to be miserable. I applied to this job so I can talk to people, so I can be in that finance environment, so I can do things that are outside of my comfort zone, because I know that's where I'm going to grow most, right?
I think comfort kills a person's ability to learn and grow. And I think being at a metro bank, it's gonna really open your eyes to so many different things. And you might, not saying this is you, but you might be like, wait, actually, I might not want to do this field anymore. But just because you have that experience, you know now. So when you come back for the fall, you're like, all right, let's see what else is there for
Push things up or so.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, what advice do you have for people going into like, I'm looking for internships? You kind of touched upon it a little bit, but like, what do you think that key thing is to get an internship, to secure an internship?
Keep pushing. I think that's something that I learned from a lot of my mentors here. They've told me just to keep pushing no matter what, no matter if you get 100 no's, 1,000 denied emails, things like that. Just keep pushing no matter what, because the more you keep pushing towards something, the more that you'll have a better chance of actually getting it, right? Like if you're working on a project, let's say for example, you're making an album, you're an artist, right? You're working on a project, and then you only do like half of it, and then you stop, right? You'll never know where you really go if you didn't keep pushing, right? But if you keep pushing, and then you finalize the music, you release the music, you get the feedback, now you've actually learned something, right? So you have to keep pushing no matter what, because if you stop, you don't get anything. Now all that work is dead, right?
So seeing something through, that's basically like, so don't give up no matter what.
Never
keep going, because you never
always
know what
keep
turns
going.
up.
And grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and I mean, me personally, like I have my beliefs. I believe in Christ, so I've really put a lot of belief in Him, and I've, you know, prayed through Him that, hey, like, if this is really for me, then present it, of course, right? So I've been fasting, praying, reading His Word, making sure that I'm right with Him.
He's at the forefront of everything.
Exactly. Like, I mean, He's the reason I'm speaking with you right now. You know?
Amen.
So I think through Him, I'm really just like a whole different person without Him, because he's always been in my life, you know, when I was younger, but I never really like grew a relationship with Him until this year, right? And I've started to grow that relationship because of all of my setbacks, all of my doubts, all of my, is this really worth it, you know?
Of course.
So I think through those hard times, I found the beauty of it, and I turned to Him, and I mean, He's just been doing so many great things with me since. So I just give all my credit to Him.
Amen, man. That's amazing. I think God does wonders if you really listen to His voice. If you seek God with your heart, everything will be yours. Everything will come. It's just come natural, you know.
And it comes when you don't even expect it.
Exactly.
That's the best part too.
That's the best part, man.
That's the best part, yeah.
You talked about setbacks. Can you tell us like one setback that really like made a difference in your life this year, past 2 years?
I think like the first thing that comes to my mind would be actually recently, this last semester. You know, last semester I performed very poorly during my midterms, and I really had second guesses whether this was really for me, because these are classes that I was taking that was kind of pointed towards my major and what I wanted to do, but I had the right people around me, thankfully, who told me like, no, Rubell, you have to keep pushing. You can't just leave school, right? So
you had those thoughts of leaving school?
Yeah, I had thoughts of going home and taking a break for a while, but I mean, having that good supportive people around you that tell you to keep pushing and tell you to keep going, that's all I really needed. And once I got my mind right, I started really applying myself more, getting tutoring, reaching out to tutors, reaching out to, like the math center, Leaf Lab, things like that, like looking for resources to help me become better. And I've honestly been doing well now. So,
Wow.
yeah, it sucked though. Like I really was like, damn, like I was like, damn, school's beating me up. I was like, oh, it was rough at one point.
It was rough.
And it's hard to battle those negative thoughts.
I think we saw each other at the gym, and you looked so down. I think
Oh my gosh.
you were like
I don't want to talk to nobody.
I know you were like,
Yeah.
hey man, good seeing you. I have to go, and you were just like down, man. It was rough.
But like, I mean, I'm tying everything back to what I said before. Like always finding the good within the bad, because everything's a lesson and everything happens for a reason, right? So once you learn that, I mean, I learned to really just like lock into school. Like, okay, now you have to take it serious. There's no going back now. So I really started applying myself more. I started, like I told you, reaching out to more resources and things like that. And I've been doing well. So
Now you're thriving. And have you been using the campus resources, like counseling? And
yeah, like I did counseling first semester, which was great. It really helped me reflect a lot within myself and the personal issues that I was facing. And it also helped me talk about things I couldn't talk to anybody else about, So I think through that, it really gave me a platform to start, building habits on how to fix these things and how to become better within myself. And I give a lot of credit to the counseling center here. So,
wow, I think that's amazing. I think utilizing the resources around you to be better is one of the most important things in life I think we can do. I think we can get in our head about like, hey, I'm gonna do this alone. I'm gonna grind it out alone. No, you need support. It takes a village to raise a kid. I think just like it takes two parents to raise a kid, and like even one parent can do it, but with the support system. So I think that's amazing. I think you've grown. I've watched you. I mean,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
you're like one of the very few people to tell me that. So you don't understand how much it is.
No. Of course, like you've grown a lot, and like I've seen you since first day. We're like talking in like
even before the first day of school.
Exactly, mosaic. Exactly. So like I've seen you grow from like with the conversation we had to now, and it's like
so
it's a shift in terms of like growth and the things that we find interest in talking about, which is personal development, where we can be, or how we're doing. How are you doing, Bosco? How are you doing, Rubell? Like, how is this going? I think it's an important thing. So what would you credit your growth from mosaic experience or first day of school to like now here, you being here? How did that process go? Or like the 3, 2 key things you
just like spending a lot of time within myself and asking myself, am I happy with what I'm doing right now? And a lot of the times I wouldn't be happy with what I'm doing. In the moment, it would feel good, of course, but once you're in your room late at night and the lights are out and you're not on your phone, you're just thinking within yourself. I had a lot of nights where I was like, am I really happy with what I'm doing right now? And the answer was no. I'll go on my phone, scroll through Instagram, scroll through LinkedIn. I see all these people being successful in their own way, and I got jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I was really envious of a lot of people when it was like first semester or so, and I really started like hating everybody. But it really wasn't everybody. It was just me. So once I learned that the issues lied within myself, I rebuilt myself, and I started doing things that helped me, figure out who to really become. So.
Well, that's amazing. I think
that's hard to like even like.
No. Thank you for being open. I think me too. I think LinkedIn can become an evil place.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Like when you open LinkedIn after doing your homework at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., you're seeing this guy. I got an internship lined up. I got this amazing opportunity. And you're
I didn't want to post my internship because like I know how it feels to open the app and see somebody like as young be successful. You're like, what the hell's going on? Right.
What am I doing wrong?
Exactly. What am I doing wrong? And it's like, I mean, that's a platform where like you tell people like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But I mean, the same way with Instagram, same way with Twitter, TikTok. Like you see other people having more money, having cars, having this and that you don't have, and then you're like, you start reflecting within yourself.
Yeah.
So.
I think comparison is the thief of joy, and we shouldn't really try to compare ourselves because. Hey, you're on your journey, I'm on my journey. It's totally two different journeys. There's no way I'm gonna compare you getting an internship and to me and whatever I'm doing because we're in 20 different lanes. Yeah. And as long as each lane helps me and whatever lane you're in, internship finance helps you. Amen. I don't think there should be comparison in anything we do, but obviously, like, it's hard, bro. Like, it's
very
hard
competitive here,
seeing your peer, the one who was laughing about jokes at the lunch table, get an internship at a top PWC. It's hard. I understand. I've been there too. I've been scrolling, seeing other kids doing this, like in my field, doing big things, getting opportunities, and I'm like, God, when is it my turn? So I think it's kind of hard.
But also, don't look at people, like, because I've learned, like, it's not good to look at people with jealousy or look at people and be mad at them, right? Because, like you said, everyone has different lanes, everyone has different paths on where they're going and where they've ended up at, right? So I think the best thing to do is, it's so cliche, but focus on yourself. Like,
mind your business, focus on yourself.
Exactly, mind your business. Like, focus on what you have in front of you. Why are you worried about somebody else, you know, doing this and that? Like, even then, like, when people say things about you, like, it doesn't matter, you know? Nobody cares at the end of the day, right? Like, no random person in Slade Hall is thinking, okay, Bosco did this and that at this time, right? Like, no one's thinking that. So just, like, invest into yourself. Keep
going, yeah.
Keep going. Don't give up, because, like, there's no end point, you know?
There's no, I think, and also to your point, in terms of, like, there's no end point. I don't believe you can really fail if you never give up.
Yeah.
Something's bound to turn up. No matter how long, no matter how hard, something is bound to see how hard you've been working and reward you, you know?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, like, I kind of like to look at life as, like, sort of like the stock market. Like, you can look at the S&P 500 and you can see, like, the charts in the last year or 5 years, and it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Like, those bumps are different stories, right, on why it went down, whether that's politics, whether that's, you know, certain news that broke the media. Like, nothing is ever linear, you know what I mean? It's always rocky, but you can see throughout the 5-year span that it has been growing.
It's been growing.
It's been growing no matter
what.
But
even though
it had its big dips, even though, you know, certain things happened.
It was bullish at some point.
Everything kept rising. So it's like, it's weird, but I like to look at it as like
I love that analogy, I think.
Sounds like too, like, finance-ish.
Sophisticated?
Yeah, but it's like, I mean,
no.
I look at the stock market a lot, so it's like.
And do you have a stock portfolio?
Yeah, I invest mainly into ETFs. I think as of now, which is funny, I reinvested today. 80% of my portfolio is into ETFs, and then 20% into stocks as of now. But I want to just compound my money safely right now because I don't have as much capital. And then when I start working, I'm going to keep investing, selling, reinvesting, things like that.
Yeah, financial literacy is an important thing in college.
Very important. A lot of people are done with their money, and I was, you know, I had my fair share of DoorDash orders and spending a lot of irresponsible amount of money, especially in high school too. You know, once I came to college,
high school.
Yeah, once I came to college, I really learned that it's not what you have, or it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep.
How much? For sure. I think the most, like, the wealthiest people. I think I said this before. Like, they look simple.
Super simple. You don't see them rocking designer clothes.
No.
You don't see them rocking, like.
But you know what it was funny? The people with the less are the ones who appear rich.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's actually kind of crazy.
It's weird when you look at it, and it's like, especially on social media, people like to dress in, like, super expensive clothes and make it seem like, you know, they have all this and that, but they can't even pay their water bill. Right? So. I mean, like, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes in real life, and it's like, they just look stupid. So I never tried to be like those type of people. You know?
No, but listen, Rubell, thank you so much for, like, coming on and speaking about your experience, your growth. I believe personal growth is the biggest investment you can do in yourself. Develop in every aspect of your life, and you've done that. And thank you for sharing with us your journey. And as a closeout, what we like to do is, like, what is one piece of advice you have for our audience, our peers out there, that has helped you get up here today and become the Rubell that you are now? And you're still growing, but have made you succeed, get an internship, make all these different connections in college, right? What is that one piece of advice? And you can look at the camera when you say this.
I think one piece of advice that everybody should take with them is that everything will be okay. No matter what you're going through, there's always grass that's greener on the other side. And whether you have personal beliefs or not, if you believe in somebody, believe in them, and make sure that you will prosper, right? No matter no matter how bad it is, everything will be all right. I think that's all I have to say.
Oh, thank you so much, Rubell. It was a pleasure having you here, and we look forward to your growth and continue growing.
Thank you very much
Yeah,
for having me on the podcast.
Huh?
Thank you very much. I like this. I like the laptop and everything. Watch. I like to watch this.
No, but thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.